It turns out that you are the solution architect in one of the reputable IT companies. Your boss calls you one fine morning and tells you that there is a problem and he needs your suggestions to solve it. Apparently, there is a telecom company with millions of users, and those users are trying to top up their balance or recharge their balance all the time. Now, when they make a request, it goes through the internet and reaches to a controller layer, and that is the controller layer which you or your team is responsible for. However, that controller layer has to call two different systems. First is the billing system, which deducts the payment on behalf of the user, and second is the recharge system, which actually recharges the balance. It turns out that neither you are responsible for these systems, nor these two systems directly speak to each other. So your area of exercise or control is only limited to the controller layer. The problem is as follows. Either of these systems are not very reliable and they intermittently fail. So let's take a few cases into consideration. You call the billing system, it deducts the payment, everything is smooth. However, upon calling the recharge system, it does not recharge the balance. And so now the user is stuck in a scenario where their payment is deducted, however, the balance is not topped up. Another example would be that you recall the recharge system first, however, the billing system fails, which means now you as a company is at a loss because the user balance is topped up, but you haven't received the payment accordingly. And as you can understand, both billing system and recharge system have their own philosophy of reconciliation. Now, I hope that by now you have understood that we are trying to preserve the atomicity of the transaction. But since these are two different systems, the atomicity has to be preserved in a slightly different way than what would be obvious if you would have control of billing system or the recharge system. On the other hand, we want to make sure that user experience does not get distorted and you as a company are not at a loss. There is no right or wrong answer, and I think it's a good trivia to have a discourse. So now what advice would you give to your boss, or what would you implement at the controller layer to solve this? Thank you.